Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Speaking of anxiety, there was a wedding over the weekend. Don't laugh at my segue.
Just in case you didn't hear anxiety enough in that last 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Let me give you a bit more anxiety.
Let's do some more. Yeah.
No, it just popped up in my feed out of nowhere and it's going viral now. It's a funeral, and as you know, sometimes the unexpected can happen at funerals, and it happened at this one. The pallbearers are carrying the casket out to the grave, and they've got like scaffolding around the edge that they walk onto so they can set it up and lower it. Yeah. The scaffolding gave way, and 7 men fell into the hole under the casket.
What? And the casket fell on top of them?
Fell on top of them. Now, it was a very big casket, and the demo was very old, so I feel like we can... You know, it wasn't like it was an absolutely tragic.
Did you say the deado?
Demo.
What's the demo?
What's the demo?
Demographic.
Oh, I thought you were referring to the corpse as the deado.
Yeah. No, the deado. Yeah, there's another
term. What are you referring to? The people,
demo.
Who was the demo of what? The demographic.
The demographic. Like the people at the funeral, they were old. That's why I feel like we can have a bit of a laugh, and it has gone viral
because they're old.
Because they're old. When old people fall into the grave, so and a casket falls.
But
if you cannot laugh at that, there's something wrong. I haven't seen the video, but I'm laughing at it.
So 7 people that were at the funeral, not like pallbearers. So pallbearers, they're the
pallbearers. So they are family members.
I'm thinking the staff from the funeral home. They're actually
family
members.
It was staff from the funeral home and family members.
Sometimes they have to ring in people. Yeah,
and they've all gone in the hole, and you know it was quite shocking at the time. But I'd imagine they'll have a. Well, I'm saying it was quite a big casket. Anyway.
What are you saying? It was a big person.
It was a big unit that they were
burying. It was a unit, yeah.
Well,
so to be under it, because people were injured.
I was a pallbearer for Uncle Eddie's wedding, and funeral, and
you were a pallbearer at Uncle Eddie's wedding.
This just keeps getting worse. This is what happens when Alicia says, "Nikki, do you have something to fill this spot?"
No, but we had
hilarious funeral.
We had to walk it. We had to walk it from down to where they bury it, and it was bloody heavy. And
he was a big unit, Eddie.
And he was. Uncle Eddie was big, and I was like, oh, it was everything that I could do to hang on to it. And I'm like, this would be pretty embarrassing if you dropped it.
Yeah.
At this point, I was actually looking at Luttsy, and Uncle Eddie's. I was like,
Lutzsy's not a strong man.
But I was like, it's your dad. Like you.
Oh, that was Lutsy's dad.
And I swear he wasn't holding it.
Were you on the corner?
I had one of the corners. Yeah.
So you had that's the heavier end, especially if people around you are taller, because then I reckon people get dropped a lot. Yeah. Actually, 13, 24, 10, if something outrageous has happened. Have you ever dropped a
corpse? Is that what we're going with this?
Sure. No, but things happen at funerals. I remember at my grandfather's funeral, it was it was a really somber moment. You know, a lot of people get up and tell funny stories and people laugh and all that, but it was a really somber moment. And my niece, who was just a baby at the time, like she would have been 3 months old, just in the silence started pushing out a number 4. And it was just...
What? What are you talking about?
I don't even know what a number 3 is.
That's an explosive
I've never done a number 3.
No, and they're very audible and they breach. It was one of those, and we're just there while this is happening, just everyone listening in silence to this giant crap from this newborn baby, and then we all just were in absolute hysterics.
Everyone started vomiting.
No, maybe the people directly next to her.
I haven't heard of that one.
No,
how come you skipped 3?
Because a 3 is a big one, but a 4 is when it breaches, when it goes up their back.
We're losing
What are you talking about?
Mothers know. Any mother or
yes.
This is what happens.
What's a number 5?
It goes up the front as well.
Okay.
The Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Hey, we've got some phone calls. Funny stuff that's happened at a funeral. Danielle out of Burpengary. What have you got?
Okay, so my ex-partner's mum passed away, and she was quite sick for a while before, and I had my 4-year-old, and the day before the funeral, they go and sort of pay their respects at the funeral home, And so my partner's brother and sister and everything's out the front, and we go in with my 4-year-old. We didn't, hide anything from her, and she comes in, and we sort of just told her that Grandma's sleeping. And she wanders out to the family. She goes, Grandma's not sleeping, she's dead. And that's all I heard from inside. Luckily, they're quite humorous family, they... But yeah, I think I died a little bit inside myself.
At least you got a pretty clued on kid there. Like they're not falling for any line of BS.
She's all over
She
it.
knows what's going on.
Hey, by the way, I'm calling BS on this sleeping thing.
I held a nose for 10 seconds. She is not asleep.
And I've drawn things on her face, and she didn't even flinch.
I peened her.
All right. Got out of home view. Yeah, what happened?
I went to my grandmother's funeral and they asked me and my brother to be pallbearers at the last minute. I'm 6'1", he's 5 foot.
Oh, no, I can see what's happening here.
So I've had to actually walk down with the coffin on my shoulder with my knees bent, waddling so that I can be the same height as him.
Oh,
You
the
basically
lactic
did
burn.
a CrossFit session out of there. Sounds like you're busy at work at the same time.
I'm actually at Subway.
Can you get me a chicken teriyaki sub while you're there?
Meatball, please.
That's what I just got.
Oh, look, there we go. We're in tune.
He's an early nom for caller of the week, that bloke.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Kerry out of North Lakes. Yes, Kerry.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good.
We're all right, Kerry.
What do you
Keep it
got?
light.
So this is about 20 years ago. When my dad passed away, we were obviously, we'd done the funeral part, and then we were going to the cemetery to obviously lay him to rest. And the funeral director happened to come up to me and say, "Look, I'm just really sorry." He said, "But this is actually, not the right grave." And I said, "What do you mean it's not the right grave?" And he said, "Well, we need to move your father. This is not the right spot." So we'd actually laid him out, put the coffin on the, the little silver thing and everything like that, ready to say our goodbyes. But this happened 3 times. 3 times. Apparently there was a few. There was apparently a few of, John Stewart being buried within the cemetery within that couple of weeks. I was absolutely furious, absolutely ridiculous.
So what, you
But
had
we just
to...
couldn't believe it.
So you just had to lift him up and move, shuffle along to a new place?
We had,
3 times.
We had to get the 3 times. We had to get the pallbearers to pick him up, put him back in the hearse, and move him to the next spot because we didn't know where it was. We just ordered the plot. And,
Lots of John
my God,
Stewart.
it was
I remember that week that the
ridiculous.
stage collapsed at that John Stewart convention.
Yeah, that's right.
We lost a lot of good John Stewarts that week.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Now, proposing to someone is probably one of the most nerve-wracking, important things you'll do in your life.
I've never done it.
No, you haven't done it, have you? But a lot of people buckle under the pressure and they just do it at the worst time, or they do it at the wrong time just because they want to get it out of the way. Like, how did you do it, Ash?
We were camping. We were camping at Gari, Fraser Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
You did it in mid lovemaking session.
Yes.
Oh, did you
Yeah,
really?
he actually did.
Marry me!
Yeah, he did. right in the middle of it.
It was not in the middle
On
of
a
it.
sand dune. And his whole entire family's always done it.
And then what? You were just like, it's a ring somewhere.
Yeah, you'll find it.
It's at Michael Hill.
Great
Go on Monday.
grandma started
Treat
the
yourself.
tradition, if you want to know, a long time ago.
A dingo popped out with the ring on the end of its knob. It was very romantic. No, but seriously, where did you do it?
Did you do it in the sand dune?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
You know, Jeremy nearly did that.
Really?
He nearly did that.
Oh, nearly did it.
Yes. But then he went, I can't propose while camping. That's so un-British. But instead,
Stupid idea, because they lost it 10 minutes later.
She did, actually. She lost
the
it.
virginity.
I don't know where you're going with this story, but I'm enjoying this.
Come on.
The dingo's still in rehab. What do I have to be involved in this. I'm a native animal.
Hang on. I'm getting there. I'll quickly show you.
Can I just say that no dingoes were harmed?
Come on, continue. We've had our fun.
You know, because Jeremy, he'd planned like a big romantic moment, but then
Where?
I think he wanted to take me out to a fancy dinner, but then I clued on to him because I was watching our bank statements, so I saw there was a large transaction that had happened. I'm like, oh, it's the ring, it's coming, and then he didn't do it when I thought he was going to do it because he knew I was onto it. Then I called him a de facto, but with a U in it.
Hang on, what was
Oh
yeah, okay, got
Yep.
you. Sorry, yes.
And so he's like, oh, God, I've just got to get this done. And we ate dinner, and I was tired and cranky because I was hosting a late night show at the time. And he said, oh, let's go and get gelato. I went, okay. So we're walking along our favourite beach in Brighton. In Brighton, because we'd always go to the Brighton Baths for a date night. But we're walking along, and I was busting to pee. And I'm like, I'm just going to sneak into Brighton Baths just to use their toilet and then come out. And I kind of walked in, and they were having like a team meeting over in the right. They didn't see me, and it was all kind of closing up. So I just went, I'll just duck in. And then I came out, and they were all standing there going, why are you in our bathroom? And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I come here all the time. I just had to use, and I started running out of the building, trying to get as far away as possible to Jeremy on one knee at the door. And I'm like, we got to go. It's really awkward. He's like, will you? And he's trying to do his spiel. And I'm like, what?
I've known since day one. And you're like,
Yeah.
Get out of here, we're getting chased.
Quick, this is weird. So I was in a complete flap. So anyway, that's I said yes, and then I was all excited. But it wasn't how I'd imagined it.
But it was surprising.
It was surprising. But
Good story, too.
I just saw one online, and it just made me go, oh, no, you didn't. It was at a wedding. Now, I know that it's a trend where sometimes they speak to the bride and go, I'm going to propose to your bridesmaid. Can you hand her the bouquet and then I'll come and I'll propose? That's the trend, right?
Do you like that?
At the wedding?
No, I don't think
at the wedding.
At someone else's wedding.
Oh, do you not think that's like killing the vibe for the bride? Isn't
Exactly.
Stealing the thunder.
The bride would be filthy.
Well, this guy went one worse, and it's the most awkward video on the planet. So he's got his mate to video, and they're just kind of on the dance floor, and then he's got down on one knee, and she's just gone, what? And then the bride's just behind in shot, and she's like, what? And then she looks at her bride friend and goes, do you know about this? And she's like, no. And she then looks at him and goes, you didn't speak to them about this? And he's like, no. And then the bride goes, it's okay. It's okay. And then she said yes, but they totally, he totally ruined their wedding day.
So he should have cleared it first. He should have.
You got to get clearance.
You got to get clearance.
But I just don't think
Just
you should
don't
do it
do
at
it.
a wedding.
I agree.
You can't do that.
It's someone else's special day, and then everyone will leave going, oh, they got engaged. And, so I think as revenge.
I'd be pissed off as even the groom. Like, what are they doing?
I know, it's disrespectful. I think the bride should then have host her gender reveal at their wedding day. Just blow up blue smoke and pink smoke and just ruin it. But 13, 24, 10, when has a proposal gone wrong? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Because rarely do they go perfectly. A lot of them derail. You see people dropping rings off boats and, and dingoes steal rings as you steal their virginity.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Proposals that gone wrong. Maybe some of them around about sports, like we are right now. Maybe the proposal had to wait until the end of a sporting game. Quite like now we're waiting the final seconds of the Europa League final.
People would have proposed at Broncos games, I reckon, for sure.
Yeah,
I think I've seen it before.
On field.
And,
they've done it.
and then there's that one that went viral with the guy who proposed at Australia Zoo, where he knew she'd want to be one of the volunteers in the crowd for the bird to fly to.
Right.
And the bird flew the ring to her and put it in her
So it
hand.
worked?
It worked.
Okay.
That went rather viral. But hang on, we've got Anna from Brookfield. Anna, what went wrong? Hello.
Oh, look, my poor husband had done a lot of planning, and this is back in 1997, and he booked a restaurant at Dockside, and it was Valentine's Day, so I had no idea what was about to happen, and we're sitting there, and he starts to take out the ring, and all of a sudden I'm really distracted because all of these police arrive and go into the kitchen at the restaurant. Because what had happened another gentleman had arrived earlier that day and delivered a ring to be delivered in a cake to the woman he was proposing to.
Yeah.
But the ring had been stolen.
By the cooks.
Well, I don't know, but it was this massive investigation, and the police were in there, and people were being interviewed, and my poor husband, ex-husband now, was in the middle of this speech, and I'm like, oh my God, the police are here, what's happening? And beside us, you're probably too young to know this gentleman, but he was a bit of a minor celebrity, Bernard King. Do you remember Bernard King?
Yeah, of course, Bernard King.
Yeah,
Was he
he was sitting beside us, and he was all aflutter, as you can imagine.
Yes.
He was,
He was
also
quite
adding to
flamboyant,
the
Bernard.
Yes, he was adding to the drama by running around as well, trying to assist in this investigation.
That's the weirdest proposal story
But
ever.
hang on, wait, did he end up proposing or did he put the ring away
Oh,
and save it for later?
Well, no, he did. But you could just tell that he was so deflated because I'm a little bit, distracted by this whole event, and I just wanted to find out who did it and get to the bottom of this crime. But
you
he
and Bernard
proposed.
became Sherlock.
Yeah. And you're like, yeah, I'll marry you, but where's the ring?
Bernard turned it into a musical.
I'd also imagine someone might have eaten it. Like, it might be in a stool sample somewhere.
That's a good point.
Everyone having to, bring in samples. Who did eat
Bring
at the
it
restaurant?
back tomorrow.
Oh, my goodness, that's a good one, Anna. All right, we got Mark from Kangaroo Point. Mark, what went wrong?
Well, I thought I'd do something really exciting and take my wife. There's little gondolas that you could get at Breakfast Creek.
Yes.
Wharf at the time. So this is back in '98, so not long after the other lady.
Mark,
So I took her out on this gondola. We ordered a meal. It was fantastic. And I thought, I want to do something flamboyant for my wife, just have a decent proposal. So I got one of my mates and we made up this big wide sign that just all twisted out of wire said, "Marry me." And I wrapped that in sparklers, and then I wrapped it in this, just in some rags and what have you, and I gave him this massive tin of fuel. And I said, look, at my cue, he was on the side of the bank. We'd gone out on the gondola. I said, light that up, right at the front. So I'd rang him on the phone just to give him the cue. And this fire just absolutely ablaze in the park. The grass, everything's catching a fire. My wife put that to me, turns around and says, what is that lunatic doing? Call the police. And the guy doing the gondola just about lost control with stuff going everywhere because he's in a panic. And sure enough, like he said, was this littlest fire extinguisher that I gave him, one that comes out of a little caravan or something. He had no chance of putting this out, and it was just absolute flames everywhere. She was able to make out. It was. So she was able to make out as the fire sort of dissipated a bit, reading to marry me, and of course then she's holding her face with yes. She said yes, so it was a fantastic moment in the end.
Oh, no,
but
that's
Jamie,
a
if
good
you're
one.
out there, I think the police are still looking for you.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.